I may have the Bronx as my birthplace on my birth certificate, but I don't have the Bronx in my blood the way that one Cardi B does. With a name sounding like a magic spell, her given name, she came here to shake things up. Her very essence is about understanding how to harness the power that you have, whatever that may be, and use it to transmute all kinds of energy. Greetings, guys. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Monette, and this is my channel, Evolve with Monette. I am a professional intuitive, and so this is going to be a little bit different because a lot of you guys today are coming after music reviews and after listening to the album. Well, I too have done that as well, but I'm going to put a spin on it regarding the lessons that Cardi teaches as a Libra specifically. If you're interested in that, stick around. Thank you for inviting me in. Come on in. Let us begin. Cardi B's much awaited album has dropped today, and I, like hundreds of thousands of you across the states and the world, stayed up like a schoolgirl and I listened to it in its entirety. First play, second play, third play. I listened to it, and it is, no puns intended, because she's talking about killing you hoes. Specifically, it's a slay. It's a slay all day. This internet auntie not only approves, but I'm impressed. I'm impressed because it's a bop. It's beyond a bop. It's beyond. I'm going to teach from it. I'm going to read from it. I'm going to do a couple things from it. But I want to talk about what it took for her to get here. And I also want to speak to some of the controversy that always swirls when Cardi B is near. Press. Cardi don't need no press. Put it on bulletproof vest. Cardi don't need no press. Ding dong! Well, Cardi is the drama. That's the name of the album that she dropped. Am I the drama? Yes, Cardi. In fact, you are the drama. But what she has done is she has cooked and she has served, and we have been eating. It is so good, and I'm calling it now. Breaking records, all the things awarded. If it doesn't win, I'm telling you, album of the year, it's because it may be going up against something that Kendrick did. Tell him Kendrick did it, okay? So if Kendrick comes out with more stuff, good luck to her. Maybe between Kendrick and Taylor. That might be her only competition right now. So what we have is a knockout. I feel like it's a knockout. There's not a skip on the album. If you're into hip-hop, rap, R&B, then Cardi has just served something so delicious for you and me. If you're not a fan, and if you're a barb, I'm a barb too in my own way, meaning if you respect the work and the art and the artistry, then you understand that games will be played, but music is to be enjoyed, and it realigns the vibration. There are some people... Hold on, let's see here, guys. Pardon me. Camera's doing the slip. We might adjust it a couple times. There are some people that stay in their factions like it's political. Music is music, and it should move you the way it does. I want to talk about what each one of these rap girlies does specifically. I feel like a series might be cooking up in me regarding their astrology and how they navigate the world. With Nicki, we have people, when Nicki's a Sag, so she's going to say exactly what she means. Cardi uses and harnesses something that I think is brilliant. We have Cardi as a Libra presenting in her North Node. When you're dealing with your North and South Node, you're dealing with your lower vibrational self, essentially your higher vibrational self. What are you talking about, Monette? Cardi was just in court because she was being quote-unquote potentially lower vibrational, allegedly, and she was also exonerated and vindicated from that. But what I mean by that is Cardi's life and lifestyle is evidence of her stepping into her North Node and realizing the power that she meant to work through and the lessons she meant to work through while she incarnated here on this earth. Cardi has done a thing, and you can call it glamour magic and you can call it smoke and mirrors, but Cardi has harnessed better than anyone besides Kim K, who is also her Libra sister, and that I've seen. Cardi has harnessed her Venusian energy. Oh, excuse me. It's the truth. The throat chakra doesn't want me to tell you all the tricks and the tips, but you're watching it happen before you. Cardi has harnessed her Venusian energy. Cardi came in here as a beautiful girl, cute girl, whatever to say, beautiful gowns. But she the thing that we love about Cardi too is authenticity. One of her first songs, Bloody Shoes, that went super viral, she said, got a bag and fixed my teeth. Hope you hoes know it ain't cheap. For anybody that's ever had dentistry like I have, you know it ain't cheap. Just basic up care, not even to fix teeth or veneers. Cardi had the works. She said when Mona Scott gave her that first check from Love and Hip Hop, she got a bag and thusly fixed her teeth, thereby doing exactly what someone who is a Libra sun sign should do, which is invest financially into their beauty. By investing into her beauty, she has made it so that she is a walking, as she calls herself in this album, Am I the Drama, a ghetto goddess. The other thing about Cardi that you can't do, you're not going to put baby in a corner. Specifically, if we're talking about baby number 2, 3, or 4, which was just announced recently on Gail's King show on the CBS Mornings. There was all this hubbubaloo and conflict and conversation. She was making it work to her advantage in every way. Because even the announcement, the rollout, the album rollout has even been a slate, meaning she's been delivering the baby of the album. It's been 7 years. And Cardi said some integral things on her interview with the Breakfast Club this morning, and throughout her music, you can hear her autobiographically tell you why it took 7 years to get this music to you. Because the kryptonite of an air sign, and lover girl Libras specifically, is if their heart is broken truly. And when Charlamagne asked her, what took so long to get this out to us? And she said, it wasn't the kids, I'm going to be honest with you, and it wasn't this, and it wasn't that. If I am heartbroken, I can't even think straight. So there were times when Cardi was dealing with so much hate from her ex that she was unable to actually deflect and just focus on work. Some people thrive, like a Virgo would thrive in that and be able to be like, I'm just going to make the best working out of the work that I do. A Leo's going to pour their energy into their work too. But for a lover girl Libra, who is soft in the way that she is, and also hard, because we know that Cardi will handle her biz, she is not capable of being creative. And so if you're ever into an issue with any kind of air sign, having them in their mind is their kryptonite. So when I work with clients and their air signs, my first line of defense with them is to make sure that I diffuse whatever mind games people are playing with them, because I see right through them. So even if I've ever been with an air sign or dealt with that myself, I understand that's their weapon of warfare, and it also affects their mental health. So that might be something you need to know and understand regarding any air sign that you've ever dated. Maybe you can reflect and think, were they playing mind games, or were they destabilized by whatever they perceived as a mind game that was being played? Cardi B suffers from that, and specifically, I believe Offset understood that and attacked her there repeatedly, playing games with her, gaslighting her, etc. One of the lines from her album, she says, oh, where's the magician putting these hoes in your phone? Because you keep telling me they're not there, but every time I look, it looks like you're not alone. I mean, Cardi did her thing. But the thing that I want you to take away from this, just as a little nugget of wisdom, is she harnessed her Venusian energy. Ever since Cardi's been on, she's been doing nothing but improvements. And some people say it's too much surgery, it's too much whatever. Her sign specifically supports it. Think about what Kim K did with the way that we all look at her bodies. Kind of giving a lot of us body dysmorphia, having a whole, generations of girls that are on tables for reasons. But what she did was, that worked for her specifically. That may not work for everybody, but for a Libra, beauty maxing is never something that they are going to lose from. They will always only win whenever they are beauty maxing. And if they're around someone or have good influences or have good taste, even the more better. And Cardi is the person who has cracked the case on that. What did she say in Imaginary Players? Y'all don't even know what archive is. We're not talking about vintage. Cardi is in these fashion houses where they're taking out archival pieces, and she looks like a piece of art. The one that's striking to me is the one where all those beads were hanging down and she had like a crow. She is in fact the drama. She's been dressing, and she naturally has an aptitude for this. Now, Cardi, we've seen her making tuna sandwiches in the Bronx. We've seen her not have much. She's talked about being poor and hungry. Even in this rollout, she said, I feel like I'm on the 3rd floor trying to get out of here. I feel like I'm trying to go get it from Sue's where she used to strip at. So Cardi's been down bad, but Cardi always had some panache. And that panache is her Libra charm specifically. Cardi's ever the diplomat. Cardi is actually hilariously funny. But let's talk too about all of the hullabaloo about the babies and her choices in them. If you love Cardi, you understand. You've watched her. Her heart broke. She was faithful to Offset. She didn't cheat. That's one of her points of pride. But everybody's trying to do the math regarding this new baby and the divorce that isn't maybe complete, even though it's been filed over a year ago, according to her and according to him. Cardi is a product of her raising. So for everybody that's like, how could Cardi do this, and why would Cardi do this, and I don't understand, and she always, centers men, and why does she keep having babies right when she's about to make the most incredible career moves? Well, Cardi, 1, is making it work. 2, Cardi, that may be something in her chart that she may need to override, figure out, and walk through. But 3, Cardi's a product of her raising. And maybe that may not be true for you. Let me explain. Cardi is of Dominican descent. And so people that are of any culture outside of America, Asian, Latina, Latino, Caribbean, West Indian, whatever you can say, these folks have a way, guys, of these folks have a way of being very family oriented with multi-generational houses. So for Cardi, or let's say me, I'm a West Indian girly, I could have, if I wanted to, lived with my mother till I was 80, even if I was married. So I am married, and I could have lived with my mother until infinity. As long as you're respectful, in that house you can be. And sometimes when people get married, they move their parents in. In most cultures outside of America, America is the only one, it was always backwards to me, where they're like, you're an adult at 18 and out of here. And it's not anything that you see in Asian cultures. And if you guys know, you know. Comment below if you're from a different place. You'll understand. So 1, Cardi was raised with 2 grandmothers. One that had 11 kids on one side, 11 or 12, and one that had 13 on the other. So if Cardi had a litter of children, that would not be abnormal to her. That's part of her culture. It may be a decision that you look at and say, you're not dealing with your trauma, you haven't even healed from this last thing. Well, anybody that's ever broken up in a relationship understands we break up and break down in pieces. We leave people long before we physically leave them. So I imagine Cardi definitely compartmentalized and then worked through her stuff in whatever capacity she did, maybe through her music, maybe through her beautiful kids. But the point is, if Cardi was dirt broke making tuna sandwiches before we met her on Love and Hip Hop, or Cardi is a multimillionaire we see today, for Cardi, having men love her and value her and validate her is the Venusian Libra way. Not every Libra, okay? It's a blanket statement. I cannot make about every Libra. But this Libra specifically, with the influences of her culture, having a man as part of her culture, really, having a connection, being a lover girl in a way, and then proliferating and having children, also a cultural shift that I think a lot of people are missing. Because they're like, you're better now, you're richer now. What do we love about Cardi? And that's one of the things that I've noticed so much with the halo effect, when people have this like idea about people that we give respect because they've gained acclaim and fame, is that they're not different. Well, what is the quote? I think Oprah said it. Money only magnifies the person you are. So Cardi is a ghetto goddess who got very far. But if she was still in the hood, if she was still going to the bodega, she was still a bodega baddie. She is a bodega baddie. That's one of her songs. It's fire. Wish it was longer. Can't wait for the remix. Daddy Yankee. Everybody. Like, it's so good. But Cardi was still going to have probably a couple of baby daddies. Cardi was still going to have the experience that she was going to experience. She's just doing it on a grander scale for all of us to see. There are lessons that we can learn from our dear Cardi. But think about it before you hate. It's not to say that I'm co-signing it. And do I understand of the men she's choosing? There are questionable choices. But what we also know is when you're in love, what can anybody tell you? Have you ever been in love? Have you ever been in love with someone that had meant no good to you? Have you ever needed to figure that out for yourself? Well, what else would Cardi do? Haven't we watched Taylor walk through everybody that she thought was the best, though they were mostly Caucasian? In fact, I think all Caucasian. Taylor didn't give her date and life arrest, did she? So why are we so hard on Cardi? Well, it's about the babies, and it's about the marriage, and it's about our idea of patriarchy that we're foisting on her, that we think she should be something or should be better controlled under someone, when Cardi's always been Cardi. With the influences of her Dominican background as well, there was always going to be a litter of Cardi B's, okay? Pretty much. That's just part of her life. Now, what Cardi has done right is she waited to release this until she felt like Lover Girl again, because she's in her most primal, optimal energy. She's still fighting. There's still drama behind the scenes, and she's admitting it as much. But she has someone with whom to hold, love, and touch. And for a Libra, when they're in a North Node energy, it's the best. They love so much. And they can give so much love too. And if you are lucky and they let you in, like she talks about letting Stefan in when he said, let me heal you, and they can learn to trust you, then they will elevate with you and help you to elevate. Cardi also operates under Empress energy. What are you talking about? Not just Ghetto Goddess and not just Bodega Baddie. Cardi is the Empress if you were to be talking about a tarot reading specifically. The Empress is someone who has been embattled. She has been all of the queens. For my girls that know, you know, my tarot girlies and guys out there, she has been all of the queens, meaning she has had to figure out what boundaries were. Queen of Swords, I think that was her final condition. She has been a lover girl. Queen of Cups. She has been about her paper. Money. What did Cardi say? It's about the money. I got bands in the coop. Yes, she's figured out her money. She's figured out how to make it. She's figured out how to sign deals. Part of her waiting to announce her recent pregnancy was about her closing deals properly before people understood what else may be going on in her life. She didn't want that to jeopardize her potential financial ability. She's also been the Queen of Wands. Cardi is sexy. The Queen of Wands is sexy, self-empowered, self-actualized. Girls want to be her. She's on people's vision boards. Men want to sleep with her. And she says in one of her songs, I think a lot of you bitches actually secretly, high-key, low-key, you're in love with me. So that part too, the Queen of Wands attracts both sexes no matter what they want to do. And so Cardi has embodied all four queens. What Cardi had to final boss get to is this Empress energy. In the next 2 years, we're going to watch Cardi fully embody that, but she still is acting as that. And what that means is that when people are proximal to her, then things go well for them. Things magically just work out, and people are then able to touch her clout. That's why I always teach my clients to be careful with that energy, because it's called, the way my angels downloaded it to me is called the Earth Angel Stimmy. The Earth Angel Stimulus package is when people are proximal to you, and so they start glowing up, and they might even confuse your energy with them. Destiny swapping anybody? We've heard a lot about it as of late. I'm thinking of Valeria, the beautiful Mexican woman that just met an untimely fate from a bestie that was proximal, who's just redone her face because her soul's filled with hate. Allegedly, not allegedly, there was spiritual work there. There was a lot of other things. That's another video for another day. But you guys have seen some destiny swapping happening. And so you have to be so careful with your energy. And when people get next to you, they might get that magical vibe off of you too. And unless there's someone who is investing into you, it will become parasitic. So that's another message. I have other teachings here about that, but today we're going to talk about Cardi. So many standout songs. First song on the album, a banger. Gives me Get Up 10 vibes specifically. She's like, I want all of their heads. I want everyone unalive. She used the other word, is dead. Summer Walker with soaring vocals, slays in every way. But the song that I'm going to talk to you about today, I think just absolutely talks about this Empress energy that she is fully embodied and how she has come into herself completely. So we're going to talk about Killing You Hoes because it spoke to me. There was a part in the song specifically when she says something about her diamonds, and I said, Cardi, you better say that. You better say that, Miss Cardi, Miss Belcalis. So this song, Killing You Hoes, she says, I didn't come here to play with you. I work every day. I'm killing you hoes. Hopped out looking good. Queen of Wands energy. I'm killing you hoes. Let's just get this understood. strictly business, because that's the mantra for the Queen of Swords. It's just business. Let's just get this understood. Queen of Swords, I'm killing you hoes. Cute face, Queen of Wands. Slim waist, Queen of Wands, I'm killing you hoes. Not a hair out of place. Venusian energy, Libra energy. Bitch, make no mistake, I'm killing you hoes. Let's get the accounting straight. Queen of Pentacles. I'll go to jail today. I'm killing you hoes. Queen of Swords, play with me if you want to. She says, look, and this is so cute to me. This can be on all your vision boards in the future, ladies. I mean, truthfully, what can these bitches even do with me? Light on makeup, heavy on the jewelry. Let's talk about the queen she's embodying there. It's a vibe. It's a vibe right down to her hair, which she'll talk about too. It's a vibe. Queen of Wands energy, which is about our sexy, and it's the way that we carry ourselves through the world with the things that we do. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to scan and see if I've got a clip that I can put up there to stop it from slipping. Let's see if I can fix this. Cardi B's energy, work with me so I don't mess up the video. I think we got it. We got it, guys. Look at God. All right. Quick fix, ingenuity. Keep a quad clip handy. All right. My tripod was acting up, but we're not on Cardi B's day. All right. So, truthfully, what can these bitches even do with me? Light on the makeup, heavy on the jewelry. Still getting tricked on. Queen of Wands energy. It really is. Kitty cat getting licked on. Hoes always talking about me. Now I know I'm going to live long. That's a old wives' tale when people are talking about you and extend your life. Well, should we all be so lucky for every hater we've ever encountered, right? Say what you want, but you can't call me broke. Queen of Pentacles. Bitches swear they will, but I know these bitches won't. I hope my name turns to glass in their throat. That's Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is the one who can conjure. We love to see it. That's also Empress energy. When I put my hands on her, she's going to say it's unprovoked. This has to do a lot with the gaslighting that many of us go through. We're not talking about being physical, though we know Cardi might need some anger management, allegedly. But what I'm talking about, and that's also a product of her raising too. When people are like, why are you still fighting Cardi? Why are you doing this? Because she's a ghetto bird, and she told you she's a ghetto princess. She's a bodega baddie. She's a ghetto goddess. And if she was rich or broke, she was still going to be probably throwing hands and fighting through smoke, because that's who she is. So I'm like, do you want her? Do you love her? Do you not? And that's a circle back. Sometimes we get people, the very thing we love them for is the thing we want to tear them down for. We want them to evolve the way we think they should. What if Barty's just on this land to do exactly this kind of good, even if you think it's bad? What if we needed to see someone who was authentic, who didn't put on airs, who didn't switch up even when she was a multimillionaire? What if she is the blueprint to a thing that we haven't really seen before? Will she evolve? Will she grow? Will she understand more? Yes. But will she be at her roots exactly fundamentally who she is? Yes. And that's why she touches us, because there's something that you want to root for with her. There's something authentic. She's raw. She's vulnerable. She is not fake. And she talks about that here. The piss she does take out of her enemies. One of my favorite lines she talks about, she says, bitches will hug you just to see where they can put the knife in. I mean, if you've ever had it happen, it does happen. So I just advocate for her, because yeah, she makes mistakes, and yeah, we can like squint our eyes, and she even said it in her rollout, like, I know y'all are nosy, I'm nosy too, it is what it is, I get mad at you, but I'm a celebrity. She's starting to come into herself. Give her some time, let her cook, y'all. She's starting to understand the weight and the responsibility, and that everything can't be a snapback. Charlamagne asked her this morning on the Breakfast Club, how come you're not snapping back every time someone says something to you? And I was thinking that, dick, truthfully, for a lover girl like Cardi, a good sexual, healthy, and communicative exchange and relationship does a world of mental health good. Now, listen, it does for all of us. There's scientific facts to being in love, serotonin, oxytocin, what's released during the orgasm, all of that. Now, we've seen every one of her little lives where she's talking about, man, my man just came through, and my man, thank you to my man's texting me. She's in love. And when you're in love, all the petty shit just is that. When you are fighting and windmilling for your life with someone who is your enemy, who's trying to pretend that they should be able to call you wife, Offset, no, you're not as focused. And yes, everything gets you, because you don't know which bitch is attacking you that might not have been in his bed yesterday too. that part, and she talks about it in this album. And another thing that she does so brilliantly that we've been asking for regarding the evolution of Nicki is there is incredible vulnerability, growth, and depth. For as much as she is the ghetto goddess, she still is growing right before our eyes. And that is why Cardi B's star will never stop being on the rise. We like what we see because it's steeped in authenticity. I'll carry on. And so she says, say what you want, but you can't call me broke, da 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 da. She says, but I'm just living life. She says, if I were to hit her, they would say it's unprovoked. People rage bait Cardi because they know they can't. Because, like I said, the secret of the nymph here is this. If you're dealing with an air sign, and if you can fuck with their mind, you can fuck with them forever. What did Cardi say? If we have beef forever. Well, if you fuck with an air sign's mental, until they can get themselves back, they will not know how to be on a counter attack with you. I know I'm not an air sign, but my rising sign is air, which means that that's the way that I present to the world. It's the whole reason you see me here specifically, and that I communicate. I have a Gemini rising, so I understand when I have been in spiritual warfare and battle with people, the way that it can be emotionally crippling, the way that the other things I have to do could be harder to get done. I do have a different sun sign, so I push through, and my work ethic is different. I have a lot of Virgo in my chart too, so I just push through. But that doesn't mean that I'm not thinking like you, one of my favorite friends in the land. You rotten bitch. That's her quote. I gotta give her credit. You rotten, rancid bitch. You have dealt with some rotten, rancid bitches, guys, and so is Cardi, and she lays it out here. Shout out to you, dear friend, okay? So, what I will say here is this. She goes on to say this, and this is my favorite part of the song right here. She says, beep, bop, beep, beep, boop. Okay, she says, if I put my hands on her, she'll say it's provoked. The gaslighting, the rage baiting. She says, and she's so calm. It's so wavy. It's so smooth when she says it. She says, but I'm just living life. I'm here sipping wine. Me and Hennessy just cosplaying white women. The way she says it is funny. She said, Balenciaga boots. A bitch look nice in them. She has a little growl in her voice when she says it. She says, diamonds do the fucking Macarena when the lights hit them. I said, oh, Cardi. Oh, it was so good. There are so many. Cardi's funny. She has comedic timing. To me, that reminds me of Lucille Ball. I'm not the first person to make that comparison. The infamous, amazing Lucille Ball was a Leo sun sign. Who could ever top? Who could ever compare? But there are little touches of comedic timing in there that remind me of Lucille Ball. And again, it's been talked about beyond me. But that is so good when she says, diamonds do the Macarena when the lights hit them. Ooh. And here's what's relatable. You'll say, Monette, I don't have diamonds. What is Cardi talking about? Do you have cubic zirconia? And before you could upgrade to cubic zirconia, did you go to the beauty shop and the beauty supply where they were selling those little $6.99 studs in your ear? I wore some to a doctor's appointment just the other day, and while I have the upgrades and I have some zirconias too, I had in my little beauty supplies because they were brand new. I don't know, I had found them when I was cleaning out something, and when I was doing my x-rays, they were like, oh my god, you gotta take those out, but they're so pretty. Bitches don't know. And all I'm saying is you can do high and you can do low, and that's what's relatable about Cardi, because even if she was saying this line when she was making tuna sandwiches on floor 3, she still could have meant my diamonds do the Macarena when the lights hit him, because she got it from the beauty supply store like you and me. That's what makes Cardi so relatable. She makes being pretty possible, but also tangible and also authentic to what you can do where you're at. She didn't always know about what archive was. And I bet the first time she said it, she said, archive? You can just see her with her little funny ways. Just like her little funny faces in her trial. Do you see what I'm looking at? She looks like she could secure the building. Cardi's freaking comedic timing is brilliant. But that Macarena line hit me. I said, oh, that's so good, because it doesn't matter if it's cubic or if it's beauty supply or if it's the real deal Holyfield. Cardi's from a hood. And I don't know, I grew up in the projects, so I just relate, man. I relate to people looking at me crazy and not knowing that I was poor and thinking my mom's sardines from a can that she mashed up with mayonnaise and onions was pate. That's what she called it. So when I was around rich friends and white kids and whatever, and I was out of the projects and they were like, we're having pate. I'm like, oh, that doesn't taste the way my mother made it. They said made pate. Well, you can make it, but you would really just buy it. And really, it's this. I went to culinary school later, figured all that out too. But the point is, I didn't know because I was like Cardi and Cardi was like you. Does that make sense? I was just doing the best that I could do or that my mom could do growing up in the projects, and that's why this to me so resonates. I have so many various friends, and some people cannot resonate to when I do reviews like this because they're like, how can you talk so passionately about this? Well, because I grew up in the projects. I was born in the Bronx, but I only spent my summer in Brooklyn and would go back and see family throughout the summers. But the thing is, New York is a flavor, it's an energy. And when she does the song Bodega Batty, that's so New York. That's going to be so next summer's song. Like oh my goodness. You have to just know. And only visitations through a few weeks in the summer throughout my childhood, I understood the flavor of it. But it's in Cardi's blood. She is hood. So when you're like, we want her to not be a ghetto bird, or we want her to not do this, and got too rich, and she's too fancy, and she should be better. No, Cardi's just a magnification of what she would have been if she was still on floor 3. Now she's just doing it on your business with a lot of money and a lot of panache. And I kind of love her for that. Anyway, so that's my favorite part right there. Diamonds do the fucking Macarena when the lights hit him. And then she goes on to say, she was like, don't play with me, play with your nostrils, no respect for me, bitches wanting less for me. She said, it's too late, bitch, I'm a whole success story. That's another reason that I love Cardi. How many people have had their opportunity to have your name in their mouth, you watching me right now, and they thought you weren't going to be successful? They thought you weren't going to make it. They thought when you were down bad that you were just going to sit there and take it. They thought that that was the best for you. They thought it was over for the rest for you. Why Cardi through music feels relatable and aspirational even is because we all have had that experience to some degree where people were like, oh, she's down and out for the count. Am I, sweetie? Let's wait and see. That's why I love Cardi B and also Nicki and also all of the rap girlies, because laced throughout all of their songs is about the message of I had to get it from nothing. But the thing with Cardi that resonates so deeply is she got it from the dirt. Literally, she got it from those tenements, from those real projects. She got it from nothing, and we watched it. We love a come up story. And just like she said, you love me and you come for me at the same time. Yes, because people develop a parasocial relationship with you and they feel like they can speak on you, they do own you, and they can weigh in to your wins and your sins. And Cardi's teaching us too how to mind our own boundaries, because just because we watch her, she's not our property. That's the message really of Cardi, but that's also the trick of Venusian energy. When something is beautiful, you will want to possess it completely. And I think it was brilliant marketing when she started making all of those vinyls and CDs. And yes, we've seen Taylor Swift and so many other artists do it, but Cardi B put her court mugshots and faces in the courthouse on it. She said, my fans asked for it, so I did it. She understands the flashpoint of a moment that has to do with not only pop culture, the intersection of the look. Remember, she said, I didn't put the black one on because I didn't like it, but these other two, those were cute. Because Venusian energy in her north node knows exactly what to do to hook you. We're watching Cardi become more beautiful. That's why everybody has something to say, like, well, it wasn't for surgery, da-da-da. Well, we all would be beautiful if we were rich, okay? Everybody would be. You can do a whole, what's that show, Botched, where they fix people that were broken? But there was another show where they used to do, like, full body makeovers to people that were considered, like, unfortunate looking. Listen, in America, if you got the money, you can get the face of, look at Kris Jenner recently, looking like him back when she was 30, okay? You can do anything with money. So, we love that for her. So she says, beep, beep, boop. It's too late, bitch. I'm a whole success story. She says, everything about you bitches is fake. I don't, and I don't like that. She says, bees hug you to feel where to put the knife at. Always been a hothead. Now my heart is ice pack. That's Queen of Swords. The hothead would be the Queen of Cups combined with the Queen of Wands. You're going from straight emotion and you're serving hot fire. You're like Dylon from Making of the Band. Hot fire, hot fire, hot fire. If you know, you know. So, anyway, she says, I'm an ice pack, Queen of Swords. 44 this Crockberg, Queen of Pentacles talk. I'm just talking Queen of Pentacles talk. 44 this Crockenberg, now it's worth twice that. Drop down here, flying in the wind. Cartier flew off. I think she said Cartier flew off. They have it wrong here, but her Cartier, I think diamond studs, like we were just talking about, flew off. I had to buy them shits again. This is for them days I used to opposite of win. That's why I love Cardi. Not for the wordplay or the clever entendre there. It's because opposite of win was lose, bitch. We've all had losing streaks and losing moments. We all lost the person that we loved, or lost a job, or lost the opportunity, or lost a friend. We were the opposite of win. And that's so funny to me, because what Cardi taught us is you get up 10. You keep trying again. And that's anybody that's ever had success in their life had it because they refused to give in. And that's the fighting spirit of Cardi B, and she does it all with a sprinkling of Venusian energy. We love to see it. So she says the opposite of win. She said, I'm just good at getting up and then trying shit again. That's the truth. And that's the secret to success. Everything you start will not be it. And every loaf of bread, I have a friend that's right now obsessed with sourdough bread. Every loaf of sourdough you bake is not going to be it, sis. But one day, she made something that was magic. Scored it. I can't eat it. I'm gluten-free. But I was like, girl, that's the best I ever did see. But the first ones were abysmal, really and truly. I love you, sis. Love you. But you would say it yourself. But now, she could open a bakery. I said, sis, look at you. I'm so proud of you. But this is the thing. She says, all I do is I'm just good at getting up and trying this again. Also a nod to Get Up 10 here. She says, man, I got this from the dirt. Tell all them hoes that's hating that shit's not gonna work. Don't like me, but guarantee you that my name is in her search. Girl, because everything I do, a hating bitch see it first. This is the gospel of Cardi today. The people that hate on you the most will be the first ones checking to see what the fuck you doing. Where you at? Where are you at? Where are you going? What are you doing? What is she getting now? Who does she think she is now? Who does he think he is now? Why did he think he could do that? Oh, he started at the gym. Oh, she's doing this now again. I bet that's not going to work. Oh, she got another job. Your haters are high-key, low-key your biggest fans. Real talk. And so she told no lies here. She ate. Mother served. Mother cooked. Mother ate. She was like, yeah, everything I do, I hate bitch she at first. Real talk. Y'all know in your little lives, and when I say little, I'm talking about my little life too, compared to Cardi B's grand scale multi-millionaire life, right? Just in our very small microcosm of a life, you got 1 to 3 haters on you. Maybe 1 to 2 that you know about, and probably 3 to 4 in the cut that you don't know about, bitch. Ask God to reveal it to you. Ask your angels to speak to you and say, reveal to me these hating ass bitches that want to hug me really so they can figure out the best place to put the knife, because I promise you, God will get you right. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. Cardi B is in fact killing, figuratively speaking, these hoes. Because when people wanted to rub her nose in her failures and her toxic relationship and whatever, she says, I'm going to flip it. It might be toxic, you're right. I did not get with the right guy. I might have done it twice. We don't know. We're going to see how this plays out, right? I think we know how it could go. But the point is, God will send in a soulmate to help you make it not be so. Offset was supposed to be a life partner. I think he turned into a karmic soulmate to teach her a lesson so that she could really become great. But he was necessary at a pivotal point in her career so that he could help with her, to guide her in some ways. And she admitted as much, that he was an integral part in not only hyping her up, but giving good advice from the business side, because it was not something she knew. She was just coming off the show where people were trying to sleep with her so that she could get a 1s and 2s in the studio. And she was not taking that. She was like, I deserve more than this. People will underestimate you and try to lowball you and gaslight you and breadcrumb you with their bullshit offers and their upside down soulmate contracts. And even if Offset started off being the person that was supposed to have her back, God observes when someone can't do right by you, and he'll remove them out of your life for you. Even if you hate it. It's called a tower moment when you're reading tarot. It's associated with scorpionic energy, and it's all about endings that you never did see and you would fight against so vehemently. But God says, I'm setting you free because you have another level to ascend to, Cardi B. But Bialcalis, Manzar, I think her name is, sounds like a spell. There's a new thing for you to cast over yourself so that you can be well. And Offset was for such a time as this, but he was not meant to go with you throughout the duration of your yet to be incredible career, sis. He was just a turning point and a stop. And if this next one won't do right by you too, then I will send in another soulmate to help up-level you. That's how it goes for all of us. So whilst we make judgments and cast disparagements about her dating style and her poom miles, the truth is, there before the grace of God go any of us. And actually, there before the grace of God go all of us. In reality, because people come into your life, even if you're not sleeping with them, that are soulmate contracts to help you either get right or to not do you right, so that you can learn a lesson about how to further ascend into the light, so that you can learn a lesson about how to transmute energy, so that you can know what it feels like when a bitch is hugging you, to find out where the knife goes properly. You need that. You need those downs. You need those moments where you had to get up 10. Where you used to say, I used to strip across from Sue's. I had to get it out the mud. No matter what I had to do, essentially from her song, Get Up 10. That sounds such a vibe on the treadmill, y'all. That's such a vibe. If you just need to get housework done, Get Up 10. I'm going to let's do it when I'm done. I have more work to do, more clients to take, but I needed to get this to you. This album is insane. Her vocals, Safe. I'm actually today... For the girls who don't know, she released a video with Safe, and these colors are iconic to me. First time that it like seared into my brain was in the beautiful cinematography of the movie Salt something. I can't think of what it is. Saltburn. And she's out on the tennis court playing, and it was in that moment that I think I acquired this purple piece, because I was like, I'm obsessed, the obsession, like the color, like it just did something to me. And I saw her and Kalani in the most beautiful silk pajamas that are hot pink and purple, so beautiful. So Cardi, you'll never see this, but this is my homage to you. What beautiful work you have committed yourself to do, and what humbling work you've committed to submit yourself in the grand theater for all of us to excoriate and pick apart and say this or that isn't great. And all I see, Cardi, again, though you may never see this, is someone who is about her fucking business, who is relentlessly committed to commitment, who is involving all of her spirits and her orishas and God of her knowing and understanding. She is making the right offerings. She's making the right sacrifice. I'm gonna get out her business. The reader in me is coming out now. She's doing a lot of things, y'all, allegedly. In order to be able to take this bow. This cost her something. This was blood. This was sweat. This was real tears that she watered the earth with. But she is the drama, and she's also the spirit lift. And this is something that she had to push through, because this is the assignment that she chose to do. She incarnated to be Belcalis Hamnazar. She incarnated to be Bodega Barty. She incarnated to be the Bodega Baddie, the Ghetto Goddess, the trap Selena. I always have a Selena. I did a video about Selena. She's a trap Selena. Selena was like a good, wholesome girl. Cardi is Selena with edge. So she incarnated to be this representation for us, no matter whether we like it, win, lose, or draw. She incarnated to talk the kind of shit to someone directly that some of us dream we could, but that's not in all of our wheelhouse, and we don't know if it'll do us much good. But when you're listening to that song where she reads Bia for Filth, and I think JT too, you're like, man, Cardi, someday I wish I could do this like you. She empowers people to step up, to speak up, and to understand that even if someone knocked over your lover girl cup, that Queen of Cups energy, that there's still a sun that will rise again if you incorporate all four queens. Queen of Wands, sexy, Venusian energy, Queen of Swords, I'm about my business and I learned about boundaries. Queen of Pentacles, please don't count my money for me. And the Queen of Cups, I still know how to love. I just hide that part deep in me. And now she ascends to Empress before our eyes. This album, this next baby, this next leg of her life, Cardi has integrated those four queens into one. She talks about an Autobot. Well, I feel bad for the Decepticons, because with Cardi's powers combined into herself, with love being poured back into herself, with now her mental health back on track, I feel so bad for anyone that would want to counterattack, who would want to be on the attack, who would want to hold her back, because she's a force to be reckoned with, because she's done something that many can't do. She figured out specifically in her zodiac sign the thing that's her absolute truth, and that is, if you're looking at me and I have your attention, then I can make magic, I can make money, I can raise hell, I can learn these boundaries, and I can live well. She has harnessed her Venusian energy, one of the best examples beyond Kim K that I have seen. She has done it before our eyes. We've watched her merge, not even from an ugly duckling, because she was always a cute girl, always a beautiful girl. But she has done something a lot differently. And her fashion sense is bar none to anyone. Don't come at me. Fight me in the comments if you want to, Barty Gang. Not Barty Gang. You know what I'm talking about. Barbie Gang. Fight me if you want to. Cardi's fashion, bar none. She's out of here because she has an innate sensibility about it. You can fight me. You can't. No one can compete. No one can compete. That's a different debate for a different day. This is Cardi's Day. The album is insane. Listen to it. You're going to cry. There are songs where she's dealing with her love. She's being honest. She was like, man, I was so focused on my music, maybe I wasn't a good enough wife, but now I pray that you get what you want and you go live your life. She's saying, also, I wish you were a man of your word. She's saying, no, you tried it and I'm sick of you and this is the last time I'm going to cry these shower tears over you. She's saying to her new man, come over and put me on my back. I love you so much, I will hold that ding-lang for you. She says it. You know, Cardi, she's funny. She was like, I'm so deep down by you, I want to hold it while you pee. Well, that's why we love Cardi, because she says the things that we wouldn't say, maybe some of the things we wouldn't even think, maybe some of the things we do think, but she says it in her own unique Cardi B way. It's beautiful to see. 7 years, I love that because it's very biblical to me. That's a beautiful number. You regrow all new skin cells and you are a new body within a 7-year time span. Cardi has gone through a major cycle and now she comes in with a brand new plan and with fire again in her chest, and we are about to witness nothing but the best. Don't take my word for it. Go give it a spin on your streaming service title for me and see what Cardi has cooked up and she is serving. And it's not for free. Like she said, it's $9.99. Go get the album. Support a single mother with 4 kids. Cardi's hilarious. But that's also her real business. And that's why we love Cardi. Authenticity mixed beautifully with that Venusian energy. Cardi, I'm so happy for you. You did your thing, as you always do, and I'm proud of you, most importantly, as a spiritualist, because I've watched you push through some of those dark days and some of those hard moments when it felt like the world was cannibalizing you. We love to see a comeback story. You did it. You got up 10, and now a new life for you begins. So good sharing energy with you. Come back and join me next time. We'll continue to evolve together.